Hey, it's Andy from VideoGameExperiment.com, and we are back for eBay for Extra Life, and we're hoping to do a little bit better than we did last time. In our first episode, if you have not seen it, we take $50 from our Video Game Experiment Fund, and we plan on, at the end of 2016, making a nice, healthy donation to Extra Life. So we take that $50, we bring it to eBay, we try and find some deals, and maybe grow that little bank of a deposit for Extra Life. So last time we ended up finding Battletoads and Bionic Commando, and we made $5 off the deal. So we're up to $55 for episode 2. Let's see what we can find. Complete copy of Strider for Sega. Booklet is in really good condition. So is the cartridge, it looks like. 1850. Yeah, right off the bat, I think we are going to take a bid at this. Complete copy of Strider. It probably will go up a little bit higher than what we want to. Complete inbox Sega collectors are definitely on eBay now, and not much slips by. It used to be Sega was a pretty easy thing to find deals on with eBay. But we're going to value this at probably around $27. So you take the shipping out of it, you're left at a little over 23. And there we are, we're high bidder. And there it is, we lost. Yep. High bidder is no longer the case. Okay, here we have Star Wars. Here's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the inferior Knights of the Old Republic game, specifically because it doesn't really have a great ending to it, or ending at all. There was a lot of development problems with that game. It's a lot to live up to compared to the first one as well. But it actually usually commands a bit higher price than the first one. So $4, it's not going to stay there. But let's see where we can drive this price up to. Generally, this game is usually around $22. That's $22 to $25. Somewhere in that range is what we usually value it at. I cannot tell if there's a manual. If it is not in the pictures, it is not included. Thanks for showing the manual part. That is not any help when you say you have to describe it. Anyway, let's try. So $22, we'll do $4 off that. We're looking at a little over 8. We'll put 1809 in. And there we are, jumped up to 1054 already. We'll see if we win that one. That might be winnable. Okay, here's Ghostbusters 2 for NES. Ghostbusters for NES are pretty common, I would say. But just on name recognition alone, they kind of hold their value a little bit. Just, people want to try them just because of the name. This one looks like it has a little bit of wear on the edge. It's already up there to kind of what the price it usually goes for. But since this is free shipping, maybe we hop on this, see if we can get a little bit off of it. I would value this at probably, we would sell this for about $6. So let's try 603. Actually, since they ended on a 4. So $5.50. In 8 minutes and 47 seconds, we will know if we own a Ghostbusters cartridge. Oh no, we've been outbid on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Not surprising, I guess. I kind of figured the way that game's been going that we had a shot at that one. Apparently not. So we have this one, Dragon Warrior Monsters. Game Boy game. It's kind of like a Pokemon ripoff, just with the Dragon Quest license. It's a pretty clean cart, it looks like. The label's pretty fresh. The top looks like maybe has some scuffs on it. But let's see if we can get that just right at $9.99. We'd probably sell it for probably about the $13 range. So we'd maybe make $1 on it. $2. We'll find out soon. This is a complete copy of Cool Spot on the Game Gear. I have no idea how that version is. The Sega one's not so bad. But I guess in the Game Gear. You don't see the styrofoam too much like that. It's a really weird shaped styrofoam thing. But, you know, the game's the case. The whole thing's kind of a weird shape. Here's a bunch of listings from a local pawn shop chain that we have here up in Minnesota and all the Midwest. Pawn America. They must sell a lot on eBay because they got their name on the front thing there. This type of stuff kind of bothers me because you go to these stores and they overprice them. And they overprice them and they overprice them. Way above eBay levels. And then they sit on the shelf and then they're like, oh, they don't sell. We got to get money for these. Instead of clearancing them, you know, maybe lowering the price, let's just put them on eBay. So somebody probably gets a great deal. I mean, they're probably paying actual eBay price, you know, right around there. But a lot of times, if I saw some of their rare games in there for, you know, just a couple dollars under eBay price, I'd pick them up for my collection. But instead, they kind of sit there because they're overpriced, and then they ship them somewhere else. So they're kind of taking all the stock from the Midwest and sending them all over. Okay, here's a small Super Nintendo lot. I don't think is going to stay at $37, mainly because it has Mega Man X in it. Power Rangers is a little bit, Street Fighter is a little bit. But we'll see what we can do here. Okay, we're in the last 10 seconds of our Dragon Warrior Monsters cartridge, which it looks like we are going to win it. So, for $11.08, we have Dragon Warrior's Monster. Let's go back to this. This is quite a big lot now. So we're up to, say, $57 right now in our bank that we can use. And that might take all of this and more. So I think we are going to put in, right in, $57. And already jumped up $41. There's some nice titles in there. Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Power Rangers and Mega Man X. The other two, you can take them or leave them. They're, you know, $1 or $2. But if we can end up squeaking this by, that might be a huge jump for us in our donation pool. So, yeah, we'll have to come back and check that out in 5 minutes. And here we are back with this 5-game Super Nintendo lot with about 20 seconds left. Sitting at $41, our max bid is $57. It'd be interesting to see if this goes. So, yeah, we did the math. We think we're going to, if we end up winning this, it's probably a value of $62 for us. So we don't have to worry about that because we just got outbid at $58. So that's kind of how Super Nintendo goes on eBay. Don't win them all. Okay, here we have Okami on the Wii. Not the best way to play this game, though I did end up playing the majority of this game on the Wii. I started on the PS2. Overall, the drawing sections on a PS2 just do not work out very well. That is where the Wii really shines, but the rest of the controls, there's like, I think they map some of the dodging just to like, wiggle controls, and that is just not reliable enough in a combat game that is very essential that you need to parry and dodge on, in any difficulty other than, the easy one. So yeah, it did not work real great on the Wii. I've heard there is a HD version, but have not tried that. Overall, one of the best games out there as far as trying to clone the Zelda style of gameplay. But for $4, that's a steal. The only thing I don't like about this, stock image, no description. Sometimes you lose on those. Most of the time I've actually done pretty well. So with his feedback, I think I'm going to try and hop on this. So try 708. And we'll see if we have a copy of Okami. Sure would be nice to know if it's just the disc or what, but some people put the minimal amount of effort into their eBay auctions, and they still get paid pretty much market price. So what's the incentive to try harder? Now I love this. This is like the eternal mystery of what this guy looks like. If we can piece together, like composite all these different images, we might be able to find out who this man is. Great-haired guy, has glasses. It's like playing a game of Guess Who. Enhance. No, it's not working. Here's Spiritual Warfare for the Game Boy. The Wisdom Tree games for Game Boy are a little weird. The board, it kind of comes out like that. I guess there's no reason to protect itself from dust because you're not going to play it anyway. So what's the point? They thought, why waste the plastic to bring it down here? You're not going to play it. So the Spiritual Warfare, I think they made a Joshua one, an Exodus one. I know they made an Exodus one because one of my pals, Vidya Gamer, he has a copy of that. Don't see these too much though. Game Boy Wisdom Tree games. Just not out there. Okay, 5 seconds left on our Okami game. And 708, that's ours, right? That is ours. There's another $3 to bank into our donation. So we are up to $60. Slowly but surely, we're going to find a big one. And this might just be it. This Wii lot we found looks pretty inconspicuous. A lot of people don't know this, but Godzilla Unleashed on the Wii, for whatever reason, commands, a higher price, usually $30 or more. And then you got some other ones in here, the mainstays, the Animal Crossing, the Super Smash, Metroid. So let's see if we can grab this one. It's a lot of shipping, $18 in shipping. Okay, I just ran the numbers, and overall, this is probably worth about $63 for us, maybe a little bit more. Actually, probably about 65, just did not add the Ghost Squad in. So we're only able to spend 60. Let's do that. So yeah, let's spend $60 we have. 1870 for shipping. So our max bid is only going to be $41.30. That's probably not enough to win this lot. There's enough people out there to know Godzilla is probably a game that it's probably worth the lot alone almost. So we'll see if we end up with this one, but my bets are not. Okay, we've got 20 more seconds left on this Wii lot. Again, let's see if Godzilla is going to be ours. Does not really go into depth whether or not manuals are included or not, but and there we go, right at the end. 4230, we lost. Here we have Xenosaga 3, the most uncommon one out of all of them. Family Video. I've actually gotten Xenosaga 3 from a Family Video before. This could be one that we've had in our store before. There's also like thousands of Family Video stores, so chances are probably not. But yeah, as far as PS2 games go, Xenosaga 3 is definitely up there in value. It's always been a $20 game or more. I think it bottomed out at $20 at one point, but it's always been probably about $40. So for us, we're going to value at $42. So let's see what we can do here. $42 minus the $3.34 shipping. You're looking at a little over 39. We'll put a little over 39. Right there. Already outbid. Here is Wizardry number 1 and 2 for NES. Usually, probably those cards are around $10 a piece themselves, but it does have the box with a Target sticker. I never even knew Target was even around that much back then. I certainly didn't have one around me, but yeah, maybe not a bad deal if you are a collector. Looks like it has the manual, everything in there. The box is kind of ripped, so maybe not much of a value in the box. Now you gotta love this. Super Mario's Wacky Worlds. Caution! Please note, this is a prototype collectible only. It was never released and is not a full game. For collectors. Except collectors do not like bootleg downloaded games. And look at the picture on this. I mean, you can tell it's just a regular CD case. Somebody printed out a cover. I mean, that's pretty amateur right there. Let's make sure we put prototype on the label that we printed out. Make it seem like it's really collectible. Not cool. Heard you like adventure. I have enough adventure here to last you a lifetime. Only thing required is the world's crappiest peripheral, the Kinect. Here we have Bayonetta 2, which for a little while there, maybe like a good 3 weeks, the price blew up on it. She was announced in Smash. Everybody went crazy. I don't know if they bought out the stores. All the stores around me still had Bayonetta 2. Anyway, the price of it just soared. And this guy's still trying to get that price, $78. It was up to $80, $90 there for a while. Nintendo just came out and said, hey, we're re-releasing it, making a second print run for $30. So I think that calmed down the little price gouging that was going on with Bayonetta 2 there for a while. Here is General Chaos for Sega Genesis. I believe this was on episode number 1 that we possibly bid on one and lost. But here we are, 3 minutes till close. Nobody's bid on it. It's only $8.99. We value it at like an $18 game. So we're going to see what we can get here. We'll put in a bid of $14.58. And then we'll sit here and wait for 3 minutes and see if we're going to be proud owners of General Chaos. General Chaos is a pretty good game for the Sega. The music, especially, is really good. As you can see, the cartridge is pretty good shape. Now that's just cruel. The cartridge itself has camo right on the top there, as you can see. Or maybe can't see because he put it on a camo backdrop. If it was not for the black there, it'd be completely hidden. And with basically 20 seconds left in this auction, no activity other than our bid. And it looks like we might have a decent chance at picking up General Chaos here. So let's see if we got it. And there it is. General Chaos. Untested, but I'm sure it'll work. Most of the time, that's just people who don't have a system to test it on. So we're usually willing to take that chance. So let's see. $9 there. We valued at $18. But we actually paid shipping on that as well. We actually made about $5.50 off General Chaos here. So we're up to $65.50. And I think that's where we're going to end it today. Not bad. If it wasn't for General Chaos here, I would have been a little bit more worried. But found a good deal. Made a little bit into our bank here for Extra Life. And I'm actually happy with that. Next episode, we got $65.50 to play with. We're starting to get to that range where we can start looking at some lots. You get higher up in that range, you get a little bit more buying power, and it kind of cuts out a lot of people that don't want to mess with a lot of other games. They just kind of want, the single games that they're looking for. So that's a lot of times where the great deals are, especially if you catch people slipping and they're not looking at the right one. But you also get cases like this where General Chaos shows up, one bid, hardly anybody. I mean, there's no activity on it whatsoever. So, until next time, thanks for watching.